Hello, we are going to start Unit 2 Computer Networks. First topic is ARPANET. It stands for Advanced Research Project Agency Network. In 1969, the US government formed an agency named as ARPANET to connect computers at various universities and defense agencies. The main objective of ARPANET was to develop a network that could continue to function efficiently even in the event of nuclear attack. So in this way, ARPANET was the first network formed in the past. Next is Internet, interconnection of network. The Internet is a worldwide network of computer network. It is not owned by anybody. The Internet has evolved from ARPANET. The Internet is a globally connected system that utilizes TCP/IP transmission control protocol oblique Internet protocol to transmit information. So internet is nothing but network of computer network, and it has evolved from the concept of ARPANET, and it utilizes TCP/IP protocol for transmitting information. And always keep in mind, internet is not owned by anybody. Airtel, BSNL, all these are internet service provider, which is also known as ISP. Next concept is interspace. Interspace is a client server software program that allow multiple users to communicate online with a real time audio, video and text chat in 3D dynamic 3D environment. Interspace provides the most advanced form of communication available on the internet today. So interspace is nothing but a software program that is used to, to communicate with other in 3D environment. You have seen in the Hollywood movies the persons or virtual persons communicating with each other. It is nothing but the interspace. So it is the most advanced form of communication available on the internet in today time. Next is switching. Switching is a technique which is used for transmitting data across the network. So to transmit data from one place to another place, a technique is used, and that technique is known as switching. There are two types of switchings available in our course. First one is circuit switching and second one is packet switching. In circuit switching, a dedicated route is established between the source and the destination, and the entire message is transferred through it. Guaranteed delivery of message is one of the property of circuit switching. An example of circuit switching network is analog telephone network or base phone telephone network. Please keep in mind, it is an analog telephone network, not a digital telephone network or mobile network. In analog telephone network, we establish a connection between the dialer and the receiver first and then make call. So in this way, analog telephone network is an example of circuit switching where a dedicated route or path is established between the dialer and the receiver or source and the receiver. Now next is packet switching. Here a large message is divided into a sequence of packets of size limit from 128 to 4096 byte using a TCP transmission control protocol. Each packet is independent and has address of sender and destination. The IP does the routing of the packet. Routing means directing or sending. It keeps IP keeps the track of all the different routes available to the destination. If one route is not available, it finds the alternative route to the destination. At the destination, the TCP protocol reassembles the packet into the complete message. If any packet are lost or damaged, a request is sent to retransmit the same message. So, in packet switching, a single message is divided into packets, and packet is having address of sender and destination, and IP is responsible for routing the packets, and it keeps a record of all the available destination and also find alternative route, and at destination TCP protocol again reassembles the packet into a complete message. And if any packet is lost, a request is sent to the sender to retransmit the same message. So you can see the same message is break down into different packets, and the packets are moving towards the destination with the available path. This is the original message, and all packets are moving through different paths which are available and reaching to the destination. So this technique is known as packet switching, and this is very fast technique to transmit data from one place to another place. Now, data communication technologies terminology or terminologies comes under data communication. First is communication channel or transmission media. Communicating data from one location to another requires some pathway or medium. These pathways are called communication channel or transmission media. So, the medium or pathway through which data transported from one place to another place is known as communication channel or transmission media. There are two types of transmission media or communication channel. First one is wired media or cable media with examples twisted pair cable, optical fiber, coaxial cable or coax, and optical fiber या fiber optical cable. Next category is broadcast or wireless media. Examples are microwave, satellite, radio or infrared. Now next term is bandwidth. In computing, bandwidth is the maximum rate of data transfer across a given path. So maximum rate of data transfer across a given path is known as bandwidth. Bandwidth may be characterized at network bandwidth also. Now data transfer rate, the amount of data in the digital form that is moved from one place to another in a given time on a network is known as data transfer rate. Data rates are often measured in megabytes, that is million bits, or megabytes, that is million bytes per second. Megabits, that is million bits, or megabyte, that is million bytes. 8 bits is equal to 1 byte. So we have some units of data transfer rate: bps, bits per second, and if b is in capital, that is bytes per second. 8 bits is equal to 1 byte. Similarly, kbps, kilobits per second, and if b is in capital, that is kilobytes per second. Similarly, all units are in front of you. Please go through. So we have already discussed transmission media, wired media and wireless media. In wired media, we have twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and optical fiber. In wireless media, we have infrared, radio link, microwave, and satellite link. So today we will discuss these three cables, that is twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and optical fiber. So twisted pair cable is one of the earliest guided transmission media available. A twisted pair cable comprised of two separate insulated copper wires which are twisted together, and the aim of twisting is to reduce crosstalk and electromagnetic interference. The real life application of twisted pair cable is telephone network. So this is a image of twisted pair cable. You can see two separate cables are twisting together, and this twisting is done in order to reduce crosstalk or electromagnetic interference, and such type of cable is used in telephone network. Now next category is coaxial cable or coax cable. Coax has central core. This is central core of stiff copper conductor for transmitting signal. So this central core made up of copper wire is actually used to transmit data, and this is covered by insulating material, and you can see this core is covered by insulating material. The insulator is encased by closely woven braided metal outer conductor that act as shields against noise. So you can see this is woven braided metal which is used to or act as shield against external noise. This outer conductor is again enclosed by a plastic insulating cover. This coaxial cable can transmit signals over a largest distance and higher speed as compared to twisted pair cable. Real life applications are in broadband, in cable connection, cable TV signals, and connecting radio transmission and receivers at their antennas. So, twisted pair cable is generally used in broadband connections, cable telephone signals, and in radio transmission. Now next category is optical fiber. Optical fiber is a very thin strand of pure glass or glass type material which act as waveguide for light over a long distance. Dear students, here data is transmit in the form of light, whereas in previous two the data is transmitted in the form of electricity. Here data is transmit in the form of light. So you can see here core, it is made up of glass type material or glass, and this glass type material core transmits signal from one place to another place. After core there is a cladding which is a layer of glass surrounding the core. The cladding has a lower refractive index than core. This causes total internal reflection within the core, which helps to transmit data. So total internal reflection is used to transmit data from one place to another place in optical fiber, or we can say it use principle of total internal reflection to transmit data from one place to another place. So here are two important properties of optical fiber. They have high carrying capacity or data transmission rate, and they have very low transmission losses. So this is secured also. So this is enough for today. Thank you very much.